guys, I just want to come on and show you a quick flip through of a new junk journal that I made. This one is using some fabric that I think I got from Joann's, and then the inside is just covered with this gray fabric, and then all the corners are the Tim Holtz book corners, so it protects all the different corners, and the stitching that holds the book together is hidden, so you can't see it on this particular book. So I'm just going to flip through, and if you have any questions, make sure you leave those below for me in the comment section. And this should be up on Etsy as we speak. So if you're watching this video, it should be up on Etsy if you guys are interested in purchasing the album. So I used the My Porch Prints kit and other things that were in my stash to make this album. And you can see here I've used a lot of different vintage laces and some cheesecloth to add a lot of texture and dimension. And then also some laces and some labels, stitching throughout the album. This is the little envelope that holds a little tag, all different kinds of collaging and things like that. And then this little tag here comes out. You can see. Use some vellum embellishments, kind of like as a washi tape kind of look. There's lots of writing space in this journal, where there is the blank coffee dyed pages as well as some line pages throughout. And again, just having some different tags with little toppers and some stitching on it, just to give it some extra texture. And then different colors of stitching too. I think I use like blue, pink, and green throughout this album. And then this is a little pocket, some of this printable vintage looking letter paper, and then I did some stenciling on a lot of the pages too, so you're going to see this throughout the journal as well. Some of these are little clusters that are tuck spots, and some are just plain clusters that are just laid down flat. More journaling space here. There is tabs throughout the album, and then you're also getting a little vellum envelope of a bunch of other little goodies that didn't quite fit, but you could use throughout the album as well. And so that just comes in a little vellum envelope. So I'm just going to go through this pretty quickly. This is another printable of vintage music paper, another one of the clusters I've made. So I have clusters throughout the entire album in this particular book. It's one of my favorite things to do. I absolutely love making clusters. I actually have a video up on my YouTube channel showing how I made some clusters for another journal I was working on. More journaling space. This is really nice. This is a little belly band, so you can stick stuff in this spot here. And then this is just another booklet that I added a bunch of different papers to. So this is from My Porch Prints, and this is from Roxy Creation, her paper. And then I added a lot of vintage or dyed papers in here, and I did some collaging. I try to keep it kind of simple so that you can use it for a lot of journaling. I didn't want to add too much to it. Some printable vintage ledger. Again, just more paper from the particular kit that I was using. Some more of that stenciling. Other pieces of ephemera. And then some of this is vintage book paper or vintage line paper. And then again, just some extra little tidbits and great places to journal. And this is really cute. I love the little characters in her printables. So again, this is another one of those clusters. And here's an envelope where I did just some decorating on the corner with some just some fabric and some stitching. This is a label sticker. And then this is just an envelope. There's nothing in this one particular envelope. And just tucks in here. So that's a tuck spot. More writing spots. More writing spots. Another one of the clusters. Really like this lace. This is some vintage lace that I got that I absolutely love. There are some vintage little pieces throughout this particular book. Another journaling card, and it's just stitched around the edges. It's a little hard to see on camera, I think, but it is a green stitching. And it just tucks back here with another one of these clusters. Here's a little fold out. It's a little 3-piece fold out. So you get the back here, and then you get the front. And that just tucks into this little cluster. Another envelope that I just did some collaging on. And this one actually has some stuff in it this time. This is just some printable vintage looking letters that I made look old. So these are not authentic, but they are vintage printables. And I have some stenciling on the back of these. So I thought these are really nice. And so you can journal on the back and you can collage on the front. You can do a lot of stuff with these little pieces. You can add them to other pages as background elements. You know, you can kind of use it for a lot of different things in the album. Some more paper. This is just some vintage dictionary paper. Here is a little pocket that has a tag, again with some more vintage lace here in the top, just some stitching, some labels. This is authentic vintage ledger paper right here. That was really beautiful. So I used some of those scraps throughout the album. And a lot of the cards have either a printing on the back of it, or I did the stenciling like I mentioned. Stitching. Here's some more collaging here. So that fits in this pocket. This is a cute little flip out here on the right hand side. So this just has a tab and some more of that cheesecloth and some stitching, and it flips out to the side here. Move it over. Just some collaging. You can add a picture up here. You can do journaling on this page, add pictures on this page. Then this flips over here like this. And then this also is a flip out, the other part of it. And it flips all the way out here. Again, just adding some of this vellum, printed on vellum, and just some strips of scrap I had and some more like vintage looking ledger printable. And then that just tucks right there. Here's another one of those clusters. Again, that really beautiful lace paper. And then you can have some of that vintage ledger there as well. Move some of the stuff out of the way. And then another card. This is just a simple journaling card. Another one of the clusters that are sewn on. Some more writing space, another cute little black kitty cat here. Here's another pocket with a tag with a little piece of like fabric up at the top. And just some stamping, the Bo Bunny stamp. All these pockets I have stitching around and some pieces of paper and collage bits and dragonfly on this one. Another tab. Here's some more just little vintage looking pieces to use for writing spots or putting a picture on the back of them. This is another one of those tuck spots with the a cluster here. And this is some more of that printed on vellum. Dictionary paper, more writing space, another little cluster. Places for pictures all over this album. This is a 3-tiered pocket, so there's lots of stuff in this pocket. So we have these 2 cards here. And then we have this one, just the back, has some coffee dyed printable paper on it. This is a tag. It's got some cool texture and cheesecloth on it. And then the back is open for pictures or journaling. Here's another journaling card. And then here's another journaling card with stitching around the edges and just a little bit of clustering here. And then, like I said, there's this 3-tiered pocket. More little cute, sweet kitties. Here's another one of those kind of angled pockets with a tag, with some fabric ruffle on it in place for journaling. This is another one of the journaling cards that has the stitching around it. Just a nice plain background here with some collaging. And then this is just a little booklet I made. I used the vellum, printed on vellum as hinges. And then you can just open it up. And then the inside was just some of the brown paper bag. And then you can write on it, put a picture up here. I thought this cute kitty was sweet. He looks like one of my kitty cats. So that's that page. Just some more vellum, another little kitty strip there. This is vintage music paper. Another little kind of small card here that has some really pretty background paper from Roxy Creations. More journaling space. Here is another one of the little booklets I made. Again, there's just kind of stitching all around it, and it's a little stitched book. It has 2 tags in the front, or 2 journaling spaces on the front. And they're just plain on the back for the most part, so there's room for journaling. That's the nice thing about this album. I didn't embellish it quite as much as I do some of my other ones. I did want to have a lot of journaling space on it. This is just a printable. Here's some vellum piece here. This is some of that painter's masking paper that's really pretty. More coffee dyed paper. This one flips out and it's just got a little collaging on it. Again, more journaling space, that paper, the vellum, little vintage stamp there in the corner. And then this is just a collage and then another little cute kitty tag for journaling or put pictures on. And then this just slips under the belly band right here in the back page, or one of the back pages. Some more coffee dyed paper, printables, another one of those clusters. It's really, really pretty lace on this one. Pretty layering on that. And then the back side of that card, some more of that painter's masking tape and that vintage music paper. Some more of the dictionary paper or encyclopedia paper, dictionary paper. Another little pocket with a tag in it. Just a little collaging here, some stamping as well. That just fits right in there. And then that is it. It's stitched on the back the same way as the front. Like I said, there is the vintage, or not the photo corners or the book corners on each of the sides. And then it is stitched with some gray thread. And it has this really pretty yellow and green fabric on the cover. So thank you guys so much for joining me on the video. If you have any questions about this album, just leave those comments below. Like I said, it is up in my Etsy shop for sale if you're interested in it. And I will be back again soon. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.